Hey guys, it's been a while. I've been really hectic these past several weeks, and a lot of the time it just hasn't been able to get to the YouTube channel. But I'm doing it now. I'm not off the grid. I'm not stopping making videos. I'm resuming as of this week. And I'm very sorry for the break, but a lot has actually been happening. So, update video in order to kind of sort of make up for everything. So, this is basically just going to be an introduction to a crap ton of videos I have wanted to do these past few weeks, but have not had the ability to do. So basically I'm just going to start with all of the changes. The first one being my last video. My last video was actually a big deal because that was the climax to a very important portion of my life, and that would be the speech. If you guys have not been watching my channel lately or anything like that, you haven't been with me since last spring, I ended up with a huge problem on my hands at my local college because I was not able to use the female restrooms, even though that is completely my right by law, and I'm allowed to do it. They wanted me to advocate that I had that right to the college in order to use that right. And I wasn't too happy about that in any way, shape, or form, which is understandable, but I just decided to go along with it anyway. Didn't want to, rock the boat any further. So I ended up joining this group called Across All Lines, which is my local, LGBT group at my college. And I ended up doing a speech called Transgender 101. And what this was a 10-minute speech that I gave inside of a half-hour speech that another transgender person gave, named Miss Edie. Miss Edie, a little bit of background information, you can Google her or whatever. Her name is Miss Edie King, also Ed King, and she's from Atlanta, Georgia. And if you've seen that video, she'll actually be down here in the bottom right or left, one of the two, with leather boots and everything like that. She's kind of an ecstatic person. I absolutely love her. But that's pretty much it for that. That's all that happened. But I will say I very much enjoyed the project. I will say that I really enjoyed the advocacy route, and that is a large part of why I'm here on YouTube. And I've started to view in myself a large shift, because beforehand I wasn't really too far into the whole public speaking route or anything like that, but I've started to really enjoy it a lot more than artwork. And even though I'm going to continue artwork, I'm kind of thinking about a very large life change where I am not going to explicitly major in the arts. It might be a minor and I might co-major in it, but I'm actually kind of thinking about a major in communication. And along with that, if I'm planning to do that, I need to be sure that I can accept a proper critique on any form of public speaking area, and I need to have a lot of practice. And that's where I'm hoping you guys come in, because with the whole speech thing, I've been getting a whole bunch of comments saying the speech was great and all this, but I would like a legitimate critique. What do you guys not want me to say in the speech? What could you have gained in the speech? There was actually a person who suggested I start paying more attention to my physical mannerisms and figure out where my hands should go, because it's showing nervousness. Even though my voice was somewhat solid, you could tell that I was nervous through my body actions. There was also one talking about me using the stage and walking around, which I didn't particularly do in the video. So those are just a few examples of how you could critique me, what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and this can be done via appearance, content, delivery, and the actual structure of the speech. do you think my intro was too big, or do you think that my conclusion wasn't impacting enough, or whatever. So that's pretty much it for the speech thing, and I would really like you guys to comment down here on either this video or the previous video about the whole speech. That'd be great. Thank ya. The second one, I'm not too sure if you guys have noticed, is the changing of my surroundings because I moved, which was a good portion of the reason I couldn't actually upload videos. And I do kind of agree I should have been recording them and then upload them all later, but there was a lot of time restraints and things going on. But what this means is now we have a more interesting background, and we have, in many cases, better lighting, which is always good. Always good. So look forward to a higher quality of my videos. Which leads us to the next one. I am now recording this on a brand new camera, which is actually specified toward photos and videos as opposed to a webcam built into a computer. So the quality of my videos is now awesome. And along with that, I now have a camera that is completely portable. We can go film outside, or we can do anything like that. Now, if you guys also remember, throughout my entire thing, I have promised many things that I have not been able to do, such as the fashion video, and the makeup video, and the change of scenery, going outside, and the doing it with friends video, and the full body picture video. All of that can now be done. So in the weeks to come, I'm going to hopefully shoot some of those down on the list and satisfy a couple people, including me, because it really does kind of bum me that I wasn't able to do all of those, especially the fashion video. I'm kind of looking forward to showing all of my outfits, actually. So that's pretty much all that's been accumulating, but one thing I have been neglecting of late is actually the hormones. I did not do a month 5 video, and now I am a little over month 6. I'm about 6 days over month 6, and there has been a change in my hormone regimen. So I kind of wanted to talk about that, because there's been a lot of changes with me physically as well as mentally. The most notable changes actually have been skin and breast sensitivity. This is going to be kind of awkward, possibly too much information, but I have experienced some sensitivity in the nipples, and I also have adhesive falsies. So you can see where I'm going there. When, like, a bra strap falls, the falsies tug, and they keep tugging and tugging and tugging, and it does get really sensitive. And I have not found an answer yet. But what I do suspect I'm going to do, and if you have the same problem or you have a solution, by all means tell me, is I'm probably going to wait for the adhesive to wear off on these, and then I'm going to get adhesive patches to put around the falsie so it's not sticky right there. But you know what I mean. Then with skin sensitivity, my skin has become very soft, but one more thing I've noticed is that I can feel a much more slighter touch, which is somewhat interesting in regards to my mentality and everything like that. Things are a lot more sensual and a lot more emotional as of late, and that's supposed to be happening around 6 months, so I don't know. Any other changes, kind of, I have to chalk up to a change in hormone regimen, because what I was on previously is a testosterone blocker, something that helps the testosterone blocker, and then estrogen, being spironolactone, finasteride, and then estradiol. Now I'm adding another medication into it, a progestin. A progestin is essentially a kind of an estrogen balancer. Like, if you take a whole bunch of estrogen, such as in a cisgendered girl, it'll actually cause a lining in the uterus because the estrogen is like a little bit too much. And the body kind of reacts to that with a progestin, which does kind of stop estrogens, but leaves side products of estrogen totally rampant, which means that these will grow because those other things are involved. It takes a lot more research, and it's definitely a really complicated thing, and this video is already long enough, so, you know, whatever. But I definitely suggest some research into it. But what I've been experiencing lately is a heightening of my senses, a heightening of my emotions, which I will chalk up to the progestin because that's what they've talked about. The type of progestin I'm taking is called prometrium. Yeah, prometrium. And that's basically the name brand for progesterone, and Microgest is the generic brand. I'm planning to move to Microgest, and that's not really too big of a deal, but I would still really like some information or advice depending on what you can have. And I'm pretty sure many other viewers reading the comments might too. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop talking now because it seems like it has been quite the rant, but I'm actually really happy to get back to the YouTube channels. That's pretty much it, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and do my survey down here while you're commenting and stuff. It seems to be rather active with you guys, doesn't it?